You're lying in bed and you can't sleep. So you do the thing you always do. You open your banking app, you scroll through last month's charges, not because you're looking for fraud, not because something went wrong, just because it's 2 in the morning and your brain won't stop doing math. And as you scroll, you start noticing names. A streaming service you haven't opened since March. An insurance autopay that looks higher than you remember. A gym you joined in January with real conviction and haven't visited in 6 weeks. A cloud storage plan you upgraded once to share vacation photos and never downgraded. Each one is small. $12 here, $49 there, a charge you'd have to squint at to even identify. None of them, individually, would make you flinch. But here's what happens when you stop scrolling and start adding. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says the average American household spent nearly $73,000 in annual consumer expenditures as of their most recent complete survey. Inside that number, recurring monthly charges, subscriptions, memberships, insurance premiums, telecom bills, protection plans, account fees, they've been growing as a share of spending for years. And most of us never audit them after the day we signed up. We set it, we forget it, and the charges keep clearing. That is not an accident. That is a business model. Combined, the 8 expenses we're about to walk through can quietly drain $4,200 a year from an ordinary household. That number is not from a single study. It's a composite built from federal data, consumer research, and pricing math you can verify yourself. And your actual number might be higher or lower, depending on which of these apply to you. But the pattern is the same for almost everyone. Small charges exposed to auto-renewal and price creep, designed so that canceling takes more effort than signing up, surviving month after month because no single one hurts enough to trigger action. $4,200 a year. Divide that by 365. That's $11.50 a day, dripping out every day for years. Let's find it. Start with the one everybody has: streaming. The average U.S. household now subscribes to nearly 5 streaming services, according to J.D. Power's 2024 residential television study. That's up from about 4 just 2 years earlier. And the prices aren't what they were when you signed up. Netflix's standard plan was $12.99 in 2019. It's $15.49 now, a 19% increase applied automatically to every account that didn't actively cancel. Disney Plus launched at $6.99 in November 2019. By October 2023, the ad-free tier hit $13.99. That's a 100% increase in 4 years. You didn't agree to that price. You agreed to the old price. The new one just showed up on your statement, and you had other things to worry about that month. A household subscribing to Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu without ads, Max, and Apple TV Plus is paying about $74.45 a month. That's $893 a year, before tax, on television. But here's what makes this more than a budgeting story. A 2022 C+R research survey found that 42% of consumers had forgotten about at least one active subscription entirely. Not chose to keep. Forgot it existed. The average person underestimated their total subscription spending by $133 a month. That's not carelessness. That's how the system is built. Sign-up takes 30 seconds. Cancellation used to require a phone call, a chat session, sometimes a deliberately buried settings page. The Federal Trade Commission got so many complaints about this that in October 2024, they finalized a rule, the click-to-cancel rule, requiring businesses to make cancellation as easy as sign-up. The fact that this needed to become federal law tells you everything about how deliberately the friction was engineered. If you drop 2 services you haven't opened in a month and downgrade one more from ad-free to the ad-supported tier, you're looking at roughly $400 a year back in your account. That takes about 15 minutes. Now, your insurance. This one is bigger than most people expect. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners reports that auto insurance premiums can vary 30 to 40% between carriers for the exact same coverage profile in the same state. Same driver, same car, same coverage limits, 30 to 40% spread. The average annual auto insurance premium hit roughly $21.50 in 2023, and rates climbed even faster in 2024, with the BLS Consumer Price Index for motor vehicle insurance showing year-over-year increases above 20% in early 2024. Here is the part that should make you uncomfortable. The insurance industry has a practice they call price optimization. What it means in plain language is this: customers who stay get gradually charged more than new customers would pay for the same policy. Some states have restricted this, California, Maryland, Ohio among them, but it persists in various forms across most of the country. Your loyalty to your insurance company may not be saving you money. It may be costing you money. The modest loyalty discount they give you, typically 5 to 10%, is frequently smaller than the loyalty penalty you're absorbing by not shopping. If requoting your auto insurance saves 15 to 20%, and multiple state insurance commissioner shopping guides say that's a realistic range, that's $322 to $430 a year on auto alone. Homeowners insurance averaged about $22.30 a year in 2023. If you're in a market where competitive pressure still exists, another 10 to 15% is recoverable there. Combined, you could be looking at $500 to $800 a year. I want to be careful here. Cheapest is not always best. Claim service matters. Financial strength of the insurer matters, and you can check that through AM Best ratings. The action isn't switch to whatever costs least. The action is get your current declarations page, request 3 to 5 quotes for identical coverage, and make a comparison you haven't made in 3 years. That takes about an hour. So who's profiting from the 20 minutes you never spent? Your phone carrier. The U.S. wireless market has 3 major networks: AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. It also has dozens of MVNOs, mobile virtual network operators, that run on those exact same physical towers. Same towers, same signals, same coverage map. The infrastructure is identical because the infrastructure is literally the same hardware. Consumer Reports 2024 wireless survey found the average postpaid bill on a major carrier runs $70 to $90 per line for unlimited. Comparable MVNO plans on the same networks run $25 to $45 per line. For a household with 2 lines, switching from $80 per line to $35 per line saves $90 a month. That is $1,080 a year. Even a single line going from 85 to 45 saves $480 a year. Number portability has been federally mandated since 2003. You keep your number. The process takes about 20 minutes. And yet J.D. Power's 2024 data shows average customer tenure on major carriers exceeding 5 years. This is not a technology problem. This is an inertia problem. And the carriers know it. Their entire pricing structure depends on it. Now, there's a fair caveat. In dense urban areas during peak congestion, some MVNOs may experience data deprioritization, meaning the network's own customers get bandwidth priority. For most users, in most places, most of the time, you will not notice a difference. But check coverage for your specific area before switching. 20 minutes. Let's talk about the gym. 2 economists at UC Berkeley, Stefano Della Vigna and Ulrike Malmendier, published a landmark study in the American Economic Review in 2006 that proves something the fitness industry already knew. Gym members who pay monthly pay approximately 70% more per visit than if they'd simply paid the walk-in rate each time. Members attended an average of 4.3 times per month. Those who went twice a month or less were paying over $25 per visit for a gym that offered a $10 drop-in option. The gym's most profitable member is the one who never shows up. That is the business model. Not the equipment, not the classes, not the personal trainers. The revenue model depends on overestimation of future attendance. We all believe next month will be different. The research says it won't be. The average U.S. gym membership runs about $50 a month according to IRSA's 2023 data. If you're going twice a month, you're paying $24.50 per visit. A community rec center pass runs $20 to $30 a month in most cities. Canceling and switching saves $240 to $350 a year. At a premium gym charging $65, it's $420 to $540. And canceling has historically been made deliberately difficult. In-person requirements, certified letters, mandatory notice periods. The FTC took enforcement action against ABC Fitness, a major gym billing platform, in 2023 for exactly these practices. Several states, California, New York, Illinois, have passed laws requiring gyms to allow cancellation by the same method you used to sign up. Check your state. Then cancel. Here's where we are. Streaming, insurance, phone, gym. And we're only 4 items in. The cable bill. About 44% of U.S. households still pay for traditional cable or satellite TV as of late 2024. The average cable bill runs roughly $105 a month, often bundled with internet. Many households in the 40-plus demographic are paying for a premium cable package, $120 to $180 a month, while also subscribing to streaming services that carry most of the same content. You are paying for 200 channels to watch the same 5 shows that are also on a service you already have. The recoverable amount here isn't necessarily full cancellation if you still want live sports or local news. It's the difference between a premium bundle and an internet-only plan, with your streaming services handling the rest. That difference is typically $40 to $80 a month, $480 to $960 a year. Cable companies know this, which is why they use promotional pricing that expires after 12 to 24 months, reverting to the full rate unless you call and renegotiate. That call takes 20 to 45 minutes. They make it exactly long enough that most people put it off. And then the full rate clears next month. And the month after that. Now, the bank. If you're still at a traditional bank, paying a monthly maintenance fee because you don't meet the minimum balance or direct deposit requirement, Bankrate's 2024 data shows the average monthly fee for interest-bearing checking at $16.19. That's $194 a year for the privilege of keeping your money somewhere. Add 2 or 3 out-of-network ATM hits a month at $3 to $5 each, and you're in the $266 to $374 range annually. There are online banks and credit unions offering zero-fee checking with no minimum balance, full FDIC or NCUA insurance, and ATM reimbursement programs. They exist. They are federally insured. They want your business. Switching takes about an hour to 2 hours, including redirecting your direct deposit and automatic payments. And then the fees stop. Permanently. The subscription pile. Beyond streaming, beyond the gym, there's the other layer. Cloud storage upgrades at $3 to $10 a month, news site paywalls at $10 to $17, productivity apps at $5 to $15. That meal kit service you tried once 3 Octobers ago and never paused. The meditation app you downloaded during a stressful week and haven't opened since. A 2023 survey by Quicken found that the average consumer had 12 active subscriptions, up from 8 in 2019, and 72% discovered at least one forgotten subscription when prompted to actually look. 12 subscriptions. 72% with at least one ghost charge. You're not subscribing to convenience. You're subscribing to forgetting. Identifying and canceling 2 to 4 of these at a combined 15 to 40 a month recovers $180 to $480 a year. Your phone has a subscriptions management page in the settings. You can pull it up right now. Literally right now. Last one. Extended warranties and protection plans. Every time you buy a laptop, a TV, a refrigerator, a phone, someone at the register or on the checkout page asks if you want the protection plan. And in that moment, loss aversion kicks in. You just spent $800. The idea of it breaking with no coverage produces a flash of anxiety that the $49 warranty is specifically priced to catch. Consumer Reports has consistently found that extended warranties are not worth buying for most products. Their analysis shows that for most consumer electronics, the cost of the warranty exceeds the expected value of repairs, the probability of failure times the cost of fixing it, by a factor of 2 to 5. A 2018 study in the Journal of Risk and Uncertainty confirmed the pattern from the other side. Consumers systematically overestimate how likely products are to break, making the warranty feel more valuable than it actually is. And here's the line that should change your behavior permanently. Most credit cards already double the manufacturer's warranty as a built-in card benefit, typically adding up to 1 additional year at no cost. If you bought the product on a credit card and then bought an extended warranty on top of it, you may have paid for redundant coverage. The store didn't mention this. They were not going to. A household buying extended warranties on 2 electronics and 1 appliance per year spends $200 to $600 annually on protection plans that actuarially will not pay back. The conservative recoverable range, $100 to $360 a year. So let's add it up. And I want to be honest about how this math works because you deserve that. Streaming, $360 to $780. Insurance, $400 to $840. Phone plan, $300 to $600. Gym, $360 to $588. Cable, $480 to $960. Bank fees, $120 to $300. App and box subscriptions, $180 to $480. Extended warranties, $100 to $360. The low end, if only a few of these apply to you, is around $2,300 a year. The high end, if most of them apply, pushes past $4,900. The $4,200 headline figure sits in the plausible middle for a household carrying 5 or 6 of these simultaneously. Your number is your number, but the pattern is almost certainly costing you something. Here is what no one in any of these industries will tell you, because no one in any of these industries is paid to tell you. Every single one of these expenses survives not because you chose it this month, but because you chose it once, months, or years ago, and the charge kept clearing. The streaming service didn't ask if you still wanted it at the new price. The insurance company didn't flag that a competitor was offering the same coverage for less. The gym didn't email you to say you haven't swiped in since February. The phone carrier didn't mention the plan that costs half as much on the same towers. These are businesses designed to profit from inertia, not from deception, not from fraud, from the simple, human, completely understandable fact that you have a life to live and you can't audit every line item every month. They are counting on that. Their revenue models are built on it. A behavioral economist at Berkeley proved it about gyms. The FTC had to write a federal rule about it for subscriptions. The insurance industry has a technical term, price optimization that literally means charge people more when they don't shop around. That's not you being careless. That is a system calibrated to your busy Tuesday. If you've been carrying some of these for years and just recognized your own bank statement in what I described, tell me in the comments. Which of these hit? Which one have you been meaning to cancel and just haven't gotten to yet? Let me leave you with this. 8 items, each one fixable in under an hour, some in under 20 minutes. If you did all 8, if you spent a single Saturday morning with your bank statement, your phone, and a cup of coffee, you'd recover something in the range of $2,000 to $5,000 a year. Do the math on that differently. 8 hours of effort, $4,200 in annual savings at the midpoint. That's $525 an hour. Name another way to earn $525 an hour on a Saturday. I'll wait. You are not behind because you're bad with money. You're behind because 8 businesses are withdrawing from your account every month and betting you won't spend 20 minutes noticing. That bet has been paying off for them. It doesn't have to keep paying off. Pull up your statement. Count the charges. Multiply by 12. That is not a suggestion. That is the most productive thing you will do this week. Subscribe if you want the math done honestly. I won't sell you anything.